Uh, my name's Greg. We're talking about mobile smart locks today, which essentially, basically, its locks are in sync with your phone. But before I get into that, I'm going to ask a question to anyone. Has anyone ever left their house for an extended period of time and realized that they forgot to lock the door? Or forgot to lock the door yet? Especially happened to me. I was probably around 8 or 9 years old. The whole family was going on vacation at the Disney World. And my responsibility before we left the house was to lock the doors. So of course I forget, and we fly all the way down there. Like 4 hours later, my mom asked me, "Greg, did you lock all the doors?" I go, "I don't know," because I wasn't actually sure. So and this was before cell phones, so we called our neighbors, and they weren't there. So 4 hours later, my mom's getting all anxious, yelling, screaming at me. So eventually the neighbors came, they locked the door that was unlocked, but the smart lock could avoid this whole thing just by able to lock it on your phone. So it could avoid that whole story of you getting yelled at as a bystander for something. So this product could have done that. The next need for this product is there is a lot of burglaries that do happen. More than you think, to be honest. When I started doing research, I didn't think it was that much, but there actually is. Here's some statistics. About 2 million home burglaries are reported each year in the United States. Over 45% occur through an unlocked window or door, obviously. And over 2/3 of all burglaries are residential. So that doesn't actually even mean bad areas, but it can mean like good neighborhoods too. Then another thing, how easily can burglaries occur? There's a few more. Homes without security systems are 300% more likely to get broken into. Only 17% of homes have security systems of any type whatsoever. Then home burglary systems, this was the stat that the bottom was one that got me. Home burglaries occur roughly every 15 seconds. So it happened more than I thought, so that's why I thought it would be put up there. Next thing I'm going to talk about is most people right now do have the old-fashioned locking standard locks, and what's actually wrong with that. One thing is, for my situation, is you can't really lock them from a distance. So if you forget, you're kind of screwed. And then also is the big thing I go in this later presentation is there's no notification ability, so you can't tell anything what's happening at your house while you're not there. So there's no high-tech ability from it. And lastly, just it's easy. Like good robbers can actually pick it, so they can still get in the house even through that lock. So there's definitely a need to replace these type of locks. In an article, I found a good quote from a police chief in New Jersey. There's a need for smart lock systems today because they're not only more mobile than ever, and it gives them a sense of security away from home. Also, this defers robbers from going into your home. The big part was the last part of this quote is just having something like this is going to defer a robber from even trying to rob your house because they know it has all these high-tech abilities. Like why bother with a house that has that if there's a house down the road that has a simple lock? So just for that reason, just going to defer them, just keep them away without even trying. Next, I'm going to have a video. Most people have probably seen this video at some point. It's about a house who doesn't really have a security system. They go through great lengths to defend their house. So I'll show it real quick. Yeah, most people have probably seen this movie, but you'll see how they didn't have a home security system. And they go through great lengths to stop robbers.
Hello.
So I just see like a lot of that could have been solved. They actually had a security system in place. Instead, they got robbed because they have old locks, and the kid had to try to protect the house with numerous pranks. So So this is a little, show you the need. So now I talked about the need for a smart lock. We're going to talk about how it actually benefits you. First thing I get into is its ability, meaning its overall ability to work with your iPhone. So if you're away from your house, like I said before, you can lock your doors without actually being there. So if you forget, there's no stress, there's no anxiety, no one's getting blamed for anything. You can lock your door from your phone, which is a huge thing. Next thing with this ability is it's keyless. So if you have your phone on you, you can actually walk in your door without actually using a key. So if your phone's on you, it senses that, so you just open it without having a key ring or trying to worry about getting the key out to open it. So if you're carrying groceries, helps you out right there. You don't have to worry about like trying to juggle, wait that whole awkward moment. And then next thing is its versatility. On the phone, you have the ability to send someone else with a smartphone a one-time key. So let's say the cleaning service, you can send them, say you have a cleaning service that comes to your house from 3 to 5. You can send them a key through your phone to their phone, access your house from 3 to 5. So you don't have to worry about going to a locksmith or anything or getting keys copied. You can give them the key and feel secure that they're only going to be there for 2 hours. So also, another thing is versatility. If someone doesn't have a smartphone, they're not up to the 21st century, you can actually set a timer for your house to unlock at a certain time if you really trust them. So there's always an option if they don't have a smartphone. And the last big thing with versatility, which I think is very important, is there is the physical backup case. So if you lose your phone, internet doesn't work, or something happens, you can still get your house with the normal old-fashioned key and lock. So it's always a good thing to remember that you always have a backup plan. The last thing is the notification technology. Most of these, a lot of them have this on their front door, which actually sends pictures of who's at your front door when you're not there. So if you're on vacation and someone weird comes to your front door, they'll send you a picture and you'll know who's coming. So say someone tries to rob, you might actually get a picture of them before they come. Also, some of the other locks do have motion sensors, so they kind of tell you who's at a lock. So you'll be able to get notifications of who's around your house. So it's like almost like having another set. It's almost like having another pair of eyes for you without actually being there. And also, yeah, so sends notifications was the huge. I think it's the biggest thing. Like it tells you what's happening when you're not around. Overall benefits, like I talked about before, like it's obviously good. It's going to lower those burglary statistics, but just relieve stress though. That's what it's going to do. It takes a lot of unneeded anxiety out of your daily lives. So it only costs like $200, so it's not a huge chunk of change for something that's going to be around for a while. This is definitely what's happening. It's definitely what's geared toward. So conclusion, what I talked about today was I talked about the anxiety of not having a smartphone. Talked about the needs of like how burglaries happen, why different types of things burglaries happen. I also talked about the three main parts of the smart lock: its ability, its versatility, and its notification ability. So, so I do think this is a product that most you guys should buy because it's going to be around. It's only going to get better. So this is the future of home security, and it's going to take away all this stress compared to the lock and key. So it's definitely technology. It's not going away and should be invested in. Thank you everyone for your time. And is there any questions?